Some of you have been here a while now and might know that I'm a pretty lazy man. But how on earth can you have a healthy diet that's also easy and convenient? Well, if you live in the US, it is your lucky day because I've got the perfect solution for you. Factor offers you the chance to get fresh, ready-made meals delivered directly to your doorstep. They're never frozen, they're full of high quality ingredients and packed with nutritional value too. It even offers meals for those following different lifestyles and diets. So what are you waiting for? Go and click that lovely link at the top of the description now. You'll get plenty of money off your first order with Factor and some off the few after too. You'd be a fool to miss out on an opportunity like that. Well, today seems like the perfect time for a little bit of international revenge. We've got a repeat of the World Cup final, which England lost in their former manager's final game. And today we've got the Dutch back-to-back in this episode, and we've got a chance to put one over on them. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 101 of the Head Coach with me, Daniel. We are back today to face the Netherlands. We'll play 2 games off camera and then play them again because this is about the top spot in the Nations League and this is about revenge for the World Cup final. Antonio Conte was the manager last time these two sides faced. We have taken the mantle this time and we'll be hoping with our slightly refreshed England team we'll be able to get the result against an aging Netherlands one. If you're looking forward to finding out if we do and seeing how we get on in our remaining games, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Of course, all of this is geared towards the Euros in 18 months' time, and it is our first move into international management. But I've been watching players, I've been trying to make things as good as possible, but for the first time since we named this squad, we have started to pick up a few injuries. So let's start with the schedule by letting me show you what happened in the second game of our first Euros Nations League break. It was a 3-0 win against Slovakia to back up that good away win in Austria. It was Emre Tezgel, Justin Devilé, the centre-half from a set-piece, and Rio Williams who came in on the left wing. Lots of players getting international appearances there, so many players getting opportunities, and we're trying to build the experience of the entire squad. For this time though, it's a little bit different in truth because I named a squad that just had one player difference. It was Anthony Duffy coming in as we discussed last time. But since then, we have picked up a couple of knocks. So you can see, for example, Rio Williams is not in there now. Usman we dropped out. He was the man replaced last time. But there have been a few more injuries since, which has meant that for this squad, we have had to bring back in a bit of experience. So the man who's come back into the team is Reece James at 34. He's still rated very well and he's still got the ability. He's a model pro. I've no doubt he'll do a good job, but just a little bit frustrating that we're having to bring back the old guard. We've also got Harvey Elliott returning as well. He's only 31, so that's not too bad. He's featuring a lot for Liverpool, but a lot of those appearances off the bench. I just needed someone a bit more versatile and he's able to do that. Of course, in addition, Anthony Duffy has come in as well. He is a good left back, but maybe not got the height. So he's someone who will maybe feature off the bench. We've got to give him his debut during this break, but that will probably come against Austria. So don't forget, as I mentioned in the last episode, I have been watching a lot of these players. I've been going to a fixture every week. I've been keeping myself in the loop. But this is the big one today because the Netherlands did beat England in that big game in the World Cup final. They have got an aging squad. It was the sort of coming of age of their team, but a lot of them are now moving on. They've actually dropped a few out of the squad this time, but they've still got a lot of over 30s. And given how good the Dutch are at bringing through youngsters, and given the fact that this league's been loaded the whole time, I'm a little surprised there aren't more coming in truth. We looked at the under-21s last time and saw they had good players there. So I'm a little surprised they haven't regenerated quite as much. Arne Slot's a good manager though. We know they're going to be a threat. But I did promise you before we got into it that I would show you the England history to see what big trophies they'd been winning, etc. They've not won a World Cup, that's for sure. However, the Euros, they have won both in 2024 and 2028. So they lost their crown last time out. We'll be looking to regain that. Runners-up in the World Cup is the best performance. So I guess barring big jobs coming up, they've won the Nations League loads of times. We're not going to judge our performance on that, as we said last time. If we can regain the Euros, or even better, go and win that World Cup, that would be an incredible effort for this football team. But we're not going to worry about that for now. This is all about making sure we get the win against the Netherlands, get some revenge and try and top this Nations League group. Because as much as I'm not going to judge myself on it, it would be a nice thing to have. I've picked again basically our strongest team for this one. At home to Austria, we will change it up a little bit. And of course, we might get some yellow cards too, which may influence our decision. The difference this time, I guess, is that we're playing on Thursday. So we've not had as long since the last weekend of Premier League fixtures. And as a result, the likes of Jabari Roberts just struggling a little bit to get up to full sharpness. Certainly a little bit of fatigue there. But the first 11 is not far off what you saw last time. I am working on my midfield experiment, so this time Devine goes number 10, Henry Ocon starts in centre mid alongside Bellingham. We've got a few options there. Hodgkinson's close, Harvey Elliott the same, but this is the one I wanted to go for now. Most of the rest of the team is the same. I've stuck with Livramento at left back for this one. So it's Elijah Smith in goal, it's Stansfield and Livramento the fullbacks with Parsons and Roberts as centre half. We've got Ocon and Bellingham the midfield too. Jude Bellingham still the star of the show. Clousdale and Saka the wingers, Devine behind Tezgel up front. We'll be positive, we'll try and use the wingers, we'll try and use what should be a physical advantage against an ageing team. But let's see if they've picked all of the old boys or not. So they've gone for Wrench and Timber, but they have got a few of the younger ones in fairness, and a lot of those older players are on the bench. So maybe just in the squad for experience and to try and help some of the younger ones. You can see the likes of Coop Miners and Timber and Simmons, all over 30 and on the bench. Van Heck's one of the oldest in the squad too. And they've still got a very good attacking line that's around the age of 30. So maybe a few players in their peak playing. We want the lads to impress us. Let's get through the tunnel interview. Let's get into the first half. We're going to drop to positive in the initial period and see if we have a threat. Well, 15 minutes gone and it's been a quiet game so far, but we're back as the Netherlands pass it straight to Saka from the edge of their own box. Saka doesn't make anything of it though, and the Netherlands are away here with Malambo. Livramento does well, mops up and back to his keeper. As you saw at the start there, both fullbacks are one yellow from a suspension, so may miss the Austria game if they're booked today. But at the moment, the big concern is that we keep giving the ball away with 5-yard passes. Ocon maybe not settled in the middle there with Bellingham. This time he does well out to Tezgel. Bellingham carries it forward to Cloudsdale. Good ball through, but it's intercepted well. He's nicked by Tezgel again, no. And he goes for a first-time shot. Looks like a scrappy game from what we've seen there. And I've actually learnt a lot more this year because I've been watching a lot of full Premier League games as part of this role. And I'm starting to see how the match engine plays out, and I feel it will help me tactically. With half an hour gone, this has been a nothing game. Maybe you expected it to be quite cagey given what happened a few months ago. But let's have a look and see if we can get in the lead here with Jabari Roberts. Out to the right to Clousdale. Less than 10 to the break now. Parsons in the middle. Not playing too regularly for his club, which isn't helping us massively with his fitness. As Bellingham gets it wide to Clousdale. He finds Devine. Back to Bellingham. Over to Tezgel. Runs off Timber. The finish is really poor in truth. He should have scored. It was great football. And now Henry Ocon's picked up a knock. There's only 5 to the break, so we'll get him there. And my midfield experiment might be over. Austria level with Slovakia in the other game. It's going to be us at the top of the group, I think. We've got to get a result in this one. And so far, it's been a pretty even match. Let's get Ocon off because he's aggressive and he's got a little injury. It's a chance for me to see Jonah Hodgkinson properly. I really like his balance of attributes. He's maybe a little short mentally of what some of our elite players are. But technically and physically, he's got it all. He's a proper playmaker. Got a lot of caps, so the last manager, Conte, must have thought the same. So let's go and get into this. He's my replacement, essentially, for Oliver Skipp, who was playing in the World Cup. And we'll see if we can get on the front foot here with Elijah Smith. Playing out from the back to Parsons. It is going to be part of our game. Into Livramento and Hodgkinson, wide to Saka. That's what we want. Pick the ball off the back four, do it simple. Devine carries it forward towards Tezgel again. Copier heads it away. Cleared as far as Stansfield, who loses out there. Going to try and win it back, but he doesn't get there. And now it's Netherlands' chance to break. But I think we're just cancelling each other out here. We're both trying to play good football. And Livramento mops up that long ball. But we're both trying to play on the deck. We're both trying to play out from the back. And we're both trying to use the pace out wide. And maybe we're just reading each other well here. As Jabari Roberts plays out to the right. For Clousdale, sorry. He carries it into the centre circle on a mazy run. Has support from Free. Plays it through to Saka. He's inside the fullback. Deflects over the goalkeeper. And Timber clears it out wide. Hodgkinson intercepts. It's out for an England throw. Half an hour to go now. We've got 2 subs left. We will think about them in a minute. I know we're getting told about people who are close to a suspension. I'm worrying about fitness going forward. So, Saka's having a poor game. He's on a yellow. He's going to be replaced by maybe Harvey Elliott. He's a left footer who can play out there. And he's got a good cross on him, which might suit this style. I'm actually going to put him out on the left, and I'm going to bring Cole Palmer on as the number 10. This probably isn't the game for experimenting more than most. Adrian Smith would have come on, but he's knackered. He's just coming back from injury. So with a quarter to go, it's two experienced faces on, but Elliott's bringing the ball forward. And with 10 to go, we're getting what we expected. We've got the younger team, and we were on the front foot, but Bellingham's made a big error there. Had a good game generally, but that is not his best work. Out to Van der Plume, back to Vos, on the edge of the box. Netherlands got a good position here, and they curl one just over the bar. It's their best chance for a long time. We've edged what has been a very even match. 0-0 is not a bad result, away in the toughest game in the group on paper. I would have liked to have seen more. Going forward, we're definitely missing chances still, and Tesgel is causing me some problems. Let's go and get through the next two matches though. We will return in the next international break. We'll be back in a moment for our return fixture, see if we can finally get one over on the Dutch. We're back for the final group match of our European Nations League campaign, and I am still trying to get revenge for the World Cup final against the Netherlands. If we have a look at what's been happening since you were last with me, in terms of the stages most importantly, we're already through. We've got 13 points, whereas our closest rivals are on 8 and can't catch us even with a win today. However, it was almost a very different story because we had a little bit of a scare. In the game just 3 days after you were last here, we had a 4-2 victory against Austria, which looks fairly comfortable, but it was far from it. We were 2-0 down after half an hour. We made a few changes, but an inexplicable goalkeeping error and a bit of poor play defensively. But we did recover well and we got 4 goals. Harvey Elliott, Emre Tesgel, Bellingham and Cole Palmer. At the start of this international break, I tried to go a bit younger again, but Reece James had to stay in due to injuries and Slovakia were beaten by 2-0. It was Solly Arson and Rio Williams with the goals as we rotated the full 11. We gave Charlie Setford, our former Crystal Palace goalkeeper, his debut. I want to make sure if we get to a tournament and Smith gets injured, that we've got 2 goalkeepers who have played for England and in a competitive match. So having that now is a really good bonus. But otherwise we played all right and it was pretty comfortable. So with us through, with us looking good, we go into this game with one more box to tick. The Netherlands beat this country in the World Cup final. We were held by them away from home. Can we finally get that revenge? Well, to find out, we've got, I think, exactly the same 11. I'm pretty sure this is what lined up away in the Netherlands. And again, it will be the same 11 here. Again, a few on the bench a little bit tired. We've not got that many options to change the game. But the likes of Harvey Elliott and Hodgkinson and Cole Palmer are all fit enough if need be. Now let's go and get into it. A home to the Netherlands, a chance to finally get that revenge. Well, here we go, and immediately I'm noticing a few more of the older names in. Coop Miners, Van Heck, Vandenberg, all into the team. Definitely gives them a bit of an older edge in defence. We're not going to play attacking again. That's sort of what happened against Austria. We started attacking, and when we went back to positive, we were much better. So I'm going to start positive against the world champions, give them the respect they deserve. We're not going to go all out. We're not going to go gung-ho. But at Wembley, we've got a chance to show how good we are. And don't forget, we are still building towards that Euros, but this is a personal thing for the nation. Imagine it in real life. 4 months after losing a World Cup final, you've got the chance to go and beat that side. Here is Cloudesdale on the right, looking to get that going. And to be fair, if you look at this lineup we've put out today, bar Saka and maybe Bellingham and possibly Livramento, everyone will definitely be of a good age at the Euros. Even the rest of them will only be 33 or 4, so might just be the 3 elder statesmen of the squad. Generally, we've got a very young team, and it's just whether we can integrate 2 or 3 more before we get to that Euros, as that is an absolutely brilliant start. Saka, one of those experienced players, a lovely little through ball, and Tesgel did what he couldn't do away from home. He takes his first chance of the game. 1-0 to England, a perfect start. It's starting to come together. The game plan looks good. We've not really got much in terms of tactic we can change. We could go for a back 3 with Stansfield, but otherwise we've not got great centre-halves. We're 20 gone. It's a bruised ankle for Saka. I'll leave it for now. We can get to half-time, maybe 2 up. I'll bring on a younger player. I don't want to bring on someone with experience and waste a substitution slot, especially when we're through. As Vandenberg clears for the Netherlands, straight to Cloudesdale. He can take on his man down the right here. Chance to get to the byline. Beats 2, gets into the box. It's a penalty kick. Saka is on it at the moment. He is the best taker, but I'm going to give it to Tesgel, which I may regret. I want to get my centre forward in form. He is the man we're inevitably going to rely on when we get to the major tournament. And he sent the keeper the wrong way with a really composed penalty. 2-0, 2 goals for Tezgel. It's been a perfect first quarter. Well, I've got to say, I know it's early doors in this game, but I'm starting to believe in playing positive a bit more as we nearly make a big mistake with Jabari Roberts there. Tries to nod it back to the keeper, slightly misjudges it, but Smith able to get there first as it's long downfield. Bellingham chasing, as was Klausdale, neither get there. Rijkov plays back. He is the star man in this Netherlands team. It's out to the right wing for them. Cross is deflected. Smith's come. I'll tell you what, he's made a few errors like that. He's a very good goalkeeper, but he doesn't appear to be in confident form at the minute. But at the moment, we're comfortable in this game, so it's not going to matter too much. As the Netherlands go for that long ball again, they've tried to play that diagonal in behind the fullbacks in both matches, and we've just dealt with it brilliantly as Devine finds Saka. He'll get a rest at half-time, but for now, carrying the ball back to Livramento. Short to Devine, lovely turn. Tezgel's running off him, so's Bellingham. Got a man out on the right, but Bellingham's found. Back to Stansfield, he runs through the lot. Oh, what a move from Stansfield there. Didn't have the finishing touch to fullback. Centre-half by trade, and it's straight at the keeper. But what a performance this has been. We've been comfortable, we've not offered much at the back. And to be fair, going forward, we've been efficient as they've got it a right back with Copier. Big ball forward. You can see their centre-forwards dropping off, which is giving him a bit of space. But there's no one really running off him, so we're not bad at the minute. As Klausdale on the right loses it. Klosterman does well there working back. Timber gives it away though, and Devine manages to nick in. Roberts over halfway with a big switch to Saka. He looks forward to Tezgel. Klausdale flicks on. Devine making a run. Tezgel in the middle. And he's got his hat-trick before the break. He'll probably get a rest later on as well. But what a performance from him, and what a day this is. Certainly our best performance so far. And at half-time, it's virtually game one. As before that, we look to make it even bigger. Ocon with a free kick in. Roberts with the header is cleared away. Devine brings it down on the edge of the box. Timber's in. He's not going to get it clear. Devine will keep the ball on the left. He gives it away this time, though. Copier short to Vandenberg. And now they're playing out from the back. But eventually, it's a long ball for the Netherlands. And this time it works. Melambo releases Wassenaar. Gets in behind his fullback. He's into the box here. Livramento recovers so well. Not a natural on the left-hand side, but he's really done well. He's just played the simple pass too, as Parsons. Finds Livramento. Oh, he's giving it away now. I talked him up too early. Finds Klosterman. Wassenaar into Rijkov. And it's a good save from Smith onto the post. And Livramento got talked up too soon. Nearly cost us a goal there. It's becoming end-to-end as Saka gets on a switch of play. Two in the middle if he can find them. Chance to cross from the byline. Back to Devine. Deflects into the goalkeeper's arms. What a bonkers couple of minutes this is. We're going to get to half-time at 3-0. And Saka now will get a rest with his knock. Of course, we've got to tell the lads we're pleased. They've created so much. They've played really well on the front foot. I'm tempted to bring on Solly Arson, who is the youngest, I think, of the subs that can play there. He's 26. We've also got Rio Williams, who's 26. Williams has played 24 games for his country. Solly Arson has played 3. So I think what we're going to do is try and bolster the experience again. Saka off, Solly Arson on. Bit more aggressive and attacking as well. Let's see if we can make this count. Get a big win. Get a big bit of revenge. And finally get some relief amongst the England fans after what happened in the summer. As Jabari Roberts brings it out of defence to Ocon. He finds Bellingham and Tezgel. We'll make sure he gets his standing ovation soon. As Devine in. Vandenberg's brought him down. I'm not sure it was in the box for a penalty, you know, but that's what's been given. I'm a little bit surprised he's not been sent off or yellow carded. Obviously in the box it wouldn't then be triple jeopardy, but no yellow seems very harsh. Tezgel takes the penalty this time and misses it. It's a good job he's already got his hat-trick. But will that knock his confidence again? It's a corner kick. Devine will take it. Plenty of players in there for England. Only scored one since we took over. We're not adding to that here as Solly Arson, the sub, finds Devine. He comes in from the right. Chance to cross. He's got a cut inside though. Kept the ball well. In the end, it's a good sliding challenge. Klosterman brings it away. Netherlands on the counter-attack. They've got nothing to show for it. Our expected goals because of the penalties now over 3. It's 3-0. Tezgel will get his rest. He'll be replaced by Chris Lewis. And we'll actually give him a go as the centre forward. He's had to play off the right a couple of times, but he's only 23. We know from Palace he's got brilliance in him. So let's see if he can deliver in this one. He'll play as the advance forward as Coop Miners comes forward for the Netherlands. Have we made the changes too soon? Melambo to Copier. Parsons gets it away. Got to be aware of Stansfield as well. 1 yellow from a booking. It's a big switch. It's a poor one though. And I think we've given that away though. Stansfield wins it straight back. Gets down the line himself. He's got space to run into. No one can keep up with him. 2 in the middle. Solly Arson's 1. Just cleared away in a nick of time. Out to Stansfield again and Cloudesdale. taking on his man on the right. Chance to cross. Breats too brilliantly. Cross the box, it deflects to Devine, and it's somehow off the line. Really a little bit greedy going for the first shot, Clousdale. In the end, I don't know how we didn't score. We've definitely got to think about Stansfield here. He's the man with a suspension at risk. Have we got anyone we can bring on for him? Do you know what? We'll go for young Tally. He's only a 21-year-old, isn't he? He's a good centre-half, but he's also a decent right-back, so he'll play for this one. 25 minutes of international football for him, and again, we're building up experience for the next generation, and we're getting some younger players game time as Van Heck goes back to his keeper. Netherlands just look comfortable on the ball. They're trying to limit the damage at this point, as Vink finds Klosterman. We've played against Vink before, haven't we? Certainly in club football. I'm sure he's brilliant. He can't do anything there. It's over the crossbar. It stays 3-0. But we are giving up chances now, and that is a concern. As a straight ball over the top beats everyone. What is Elijah Smith doing back there? It's the simplest of goals for the Netherlands. And Elijah Smith is a brilliant goalkeeper on paper. But he has made a lot of mistakes for this team. And I'm wondering, and you guys will have to tell me again, he's on a sweeper keeper duty here. Now, whenever I've done that in FM23, it used to be my regular prior to this year's edition. In FM23, every time I've had a sweeper keeper, it's gone wrong. And I find that the goalkeepers only work on the goalkeeping duty. It's definitely not worked. His rating's still good, which is scandalous. But the sweeper keeper, it just doesn't work for me in this year's game. As Parsons heads away to Bellingham, he goes back to his goalkeeper Smith, and now Parsons. Comfortable on the ball. And again, I still don't really feel under threat in this game. I think the England fans can celebrate. Probably not the most meaningful game to get revenge in, but it is a win nonetheless. We'll exercise the demon. Chris Lewis in, I think he's offside. He is. He's not going to get his moment. The offside flag is up. The former Palace player is denied. I think he's still a Palace player, but our former player. It stays 3-1 as they play out from the back again. Vandenberg carrying it forward. Into Simons in midfield and Timber. Wonder when the Netherlands are going to regenerate this squad. I know they've got a few younger players now going forward, but that defence is so old. As Bellingham finds Ocon. Over the top to Lewis. He's on this time. Beats the keeper who again is flying into no man's land. This time, we are the ones to benefit from a goalkeeping error. And Chris Lewis, as we saw so many times at Palace, has got the pace and has got the off-the-ball movement to get goals in behind. Composed with a finish round the keeper as well. It's 4-1 and one of our former club players scores it. As Klosterman gets the ball on the left. Can we prevent them scoring again? Chance to cross early into the back post and Vink heads the ball just wide. We've not been the best at the back today, but a 4-1 win, revenge for the World Cup final, and a very good first campaign as England manager. Of course, we've now got to focus on qualifying for the Euros and the semi-finals of this next summer. But let's go and have a look at when we're next going to be back. I've got a feeling it might be a little while. Well, there we go. A successful first campaign with England. 16 points out of 18 in the Nations League. And we got to try a few younger players as well. We're starting to change that generation and it will continue as we edge towards the Euros. Our qualifying campaign for that starts in March. And of course, we'd expect to get one big team in the group. The rest of them should be a bit of a formality. I'm not going to show you us beating San Marino 15-0, for example. But we will show you the biggest game in that group. We've also got the Nations League semi-final coming up in June now. I'd expect that to be big games. And of course, we'll come back for those ones. At the moment, if we go and have a look at Division A as a whole, it looks like it's going to be Italy, Belgium or France. And that could be absolutely huge. But that's what we've got to look forward to. Big games around the corner as we edge closer to that major international tournament, which of course is the thing we're focused on, isn't it? If you're looking forward to seeing our progress and finding out whether we can regain our European Championships crown, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know if you think I should stay until a World Cup and try and win that. Or is it a case of try and win one major international tournament and then get out of there a national hero? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments. If you want to stay up to date, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. Don't worry if you're missing club football. The Build a Nation season is coming towards a close. It's been an epic year and I'll put that playlist up in the eye above. There's also another club story over on Twitch as well as on the blog story too. Both of those links in the eye above as well as the football podcast. Loads of action to come there in the coming weeks. And of course, I'll see you back here in a couple of days' time when it comes to our qualifying group and our Nations League semi-final.